The House of the National Assembly, where the flood was at its peak and was ravaging Bayelsa. The entire state got so devastated, and as ambassadors of the states in the National Assembly, we had a press, briefing to that effect. Thereafter, about a week ago, because of certain reactions and remarks from the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management, the Niger Delta members had cause to very clearly the reactions from the public, the reactions from the people, the reactions from the states have really humbled her. That's the best I can say, But if she's really humbled, the expectation of the people is that she should tender a public apology. Without her tendering a public apology by herself, whatever other apologies that are being rendered on behalf of her, on behalf of the government, will not really assuage the pains of the people. Yes, the presidency has done that, good enough, but not completely fantastic. She that had cause to make such an unguided statement should herself, in taking a responsibility, in obedience to the overwhelming reaction of the people, should be bold enough to apologize to Nigerians, apologize to Bayelsa, and apologize to other states that were ravaged by the flood. When we say devastating, this flood was unprecedented, was devastating blow on the entire people of Bayelsa State, and beyond that, the Niger Delta and other parts of the country where it passed through. In the case of Bayelsa, we had repeatedly stated that Bayelsa was severed from the rest of the country. You can see that on ground. And of course, you know that the UN representative also alluded to that fact because he visited Bayelsa. He visited the flood-ravaged areas and saw things for himself, where he even said the issue of Pakistan was, a child's play compared to what he saw in Bayelsa. That is the devastating effect of the flood. Roads are cut off. Houses were completely submerged. Corpses were exhumed by the water, floating. People died. People got injured. Houses were completely destroyed. As I speak to you, my house was under water, both in my local government headquarters and in Yanangwa, where I reside. We're all underwater. And the last report I got from my wife was that all my properties, after the water has receded and all the properties have been damaged, that if I come home, I won't have seats to sit down. So you can imagine farmlands. Now you talk about farmlands. You talk about aquaculture of people. You talk about government infrastructure, hospitals underwater, schools underwater, roads. So what is left? Electricity. NLNG had to declare force majeure because of this flood and because of the quantum of gas that they get from Bayelsa, which feeds the Bonny NLNG station. So what are we talking about? There is no aspect of life that was spared. Would you be talking about health hazards that will arise from it? People lost virtually all their inheritances, all that they worked for over the years. And painful of it is that there was nothing left for you to now go and find. So when in that situation, somebody undermines the people as well as the devastating destruction that it brought on the people, then you expect the people to rage against such an individual or group of individuals. And I'm happy that the condemnation is coming from everywhere. The state that is battling that. And then some of us who are representatives of the people who intervene in one situation or the other, to give support to the people. So at any given time, the federal government needs to do a lot more to assuage the pains and suffering of the people. Not only in Bayelsa, but particularly in Bayelsa and Niger Delta, and then the rest other states of the nation that are affected by this flood.